It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Good morning and welcome to another episode of Cameras, Leica Q2, and Coffee. Stumptown Homestead. So I'm curious if there's any interest in my coffee process. When I was a little kid, my mom used to take me to a coffee shop where she would actually scoop whole beans into a bag, and then when she would make coffee in the morning, it was always grinding the whole beans first and then doing pour over, and that was back in the 70s. And it's something I've carried over into my life, and I'm curious if you're interested in that process and would like to see some B-roll or images. It might be a fun project to do. I'm no Peter McKinnon, but curious to see what I could get with this. Maybe I'll do it with the Leica Q2, and we'll take a look at that in the future. So I wanted to talk about studio portraits real quick with the Leica Q2. Now I know 28mm is not the standard focal length for portraits. I usually use a 56mm on the Fuji system, which is equivalent to an 85mm. I know a lot of numbers, but that's kind of a standard focal length for portraits. And when I'm doing studio portraits with a backdrop, I love that 56mm on the Fuji, and I was curious to see what this Leica Q2 could do. My sons went ahead and posed for me, so I got some of these images. I'm going to show you both color and black and white, and I really liked the detail and the colors, and the black and white was just amazing. I'm happy with all of them. When you zoom in, so I've got this one cropped image that I cropped of just my son's eyeball, and when you're looking at this, you can actually see the detail in his eye in addition to the reflection from the light as well as the window. It just blew me away, being able to zoom in. You've got that 47 megapixel sensor, so you're getting a lot more information on this full frame camera, and I couldn't be happier. Now, one of the things that I need to work on with the Leica Q2 is the aperture. So I shot these at 1.7, and I shouldn't have. I should have expanded it out to probably 2.8, just so I could get both eyes in focus. Just got the closest eye in focus, unless they were facing me, and I did get a couple images where the eyes were on the same plane, so they are both in focus. But I'm absolutely in love with these images, and I couldn't be happier with the results. And I would do this again with the 28mm, and it is a little different. It's got a different view to it. Environmental portraits is more what I would be into, and the Leica Q2 would be more suited for being able to get all the surrounding of someone when you've got them in their own personal environment, to be able to tell that story of the individual in that frame. That's something that I'm going to be working on in the future in some new projects, and I'll bring those to you as they happen. So I'm happy with these images. I'm really curious what your thoughts are, but once again, I'm just learning the Leica Q2, so bear with me. These images will get better and better over time. I am going to be heading to San Francisco in the next week and a half to do some street shooting, and I'm really excited about that. It's the first time since I got the Q2 that I'm going to have that opportunity to do some street photography, and that's where this thing shines, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what type of results I get from that. So hope this has been enjoyable and informative. Curious what your thoughts are. I know I took a little bit of a break, but I am going to be putting probably 2 or 3 of these out a week from now on. That is my goal. And any feedback, any questions, anything that you're interested in, feel free to throw them in the comments. Welcome to the new subscribers. I finally hit 400. I'm really excited about that, and it's just something fun to do, and the fact that people want to watch it and are making comments and I'm getting new subscribers is really cool, and I appreciate it, and looking forward to seeing what I can create in the near future. So till next time, take care.